South African delegation's airplane has been stopped by Polish authorities, who are reportedly not allowing the group's security team to fly to Russia ahead of President Ramaphosa's upcoming visit to St. Petersburg. This comes just after the South African leader wraps up peace talks in the Ukrainian capital. Govan Whittles, one of the journalists in the plane right now, says that Polish police did not give any reason for their actions, even strip searching an official with a diplomatic passport.
There was a standoff between us who were outside the aircraft windows. The Polish police were refusing to allow our delegation to disembark. With us, we have at least 100 members of the security personnel, some of them special task force, others members of the PPS who were supposed to go ahead of the president into Ukraine, and others sent to Russia to prepare for the African peace mission. The Polish threatened to confiscate the weapons that are being carried by the security here. They also strip searched a member of the Presidential Protection Services, someone who holds a diplomatic passport. That's never happened before in all the years of travel by the PPS. This is now a diplomatic row. You'll see some of the other media contingent here in the plane. We'll try to show you some of the other seats. Just behind you, you'll see some of the security forces. We're obviously not allowed to show their faces. They've agreed to cover that up. But this is where we've been stuck for the last 3 days. Take a look out the window. You'll see that we're actually in the cargo section of the airport terminal. This is where we've been stuck, and it's not clear if we will disembark here. We may disembark, stay over here, or we may indeed find our way to Russia if we could do so on a commercial flight, perhaps. But as things stand right now, we're waiting to hear from our government about whether there'll be diplomatic consequences for what's happened overnight and for the fact that we've now spent 3 days on board this plane. One of the representatives of the PPS was strip searched. They took 4 hours to actually reach the plane because of the bureaucracy that was in full force, really, by the Poles. The aircraft, of course, carrying over 100 security personnel, about 20 journalists. The South African Airways staff, which have been working since we departed South Africa 3 days ago, still trying to take care of us, have now opened the doors to allow some fresh air in. Of course, we've been stuck inside this metal tube for so long, many people getting claustrophobic. There's a view of the airport here in Poland. And this is really all that we can show you, and this is all that we've been able to see. You'll see that we're flying on an official South African Airways. There certainly will be consequences for what happened. The head of the Presidential Protection Services, Major General Wally Rueda, telling us that his representative, who is a member of the Presidential Protection Services, who carries a diplomatic passport, was strip searched by the Polish police. She's a woman was strip searched by the Polish police. She carries a diplomatic passport. That has never happened before to the Presidential Protection Services. That appears to be one of the most serious incidents on this trip, which has really become a nightmare for the number of people that are stuck on this plane. And what is interesting is that the head of the Presidential Protection Services has said that the Polish authorities are trying to sabotage the security of the South African president. He's also described the strip searching of his representative, who holds a diplomatic passport, as racist by the Polish authorities. The fact that a black woman was searched here at the airport in Warsaw, strip searched, despite being able to show that she's a representative of the security team and holds a diplomatic passport. And at this point, we're waiting from commentary from our president and our Minister of International Relations.
That's as Warsaw claims it had nothing to do with stranding the plane, with the Polish Border Security Service saying that the South Africans voluntarily spent several nights there with limited access to food and water. Meanwhile, South Africa's presidential spokesperson has reacted to the incident, saying his country is disturbed by the actions of Polish police.
We acknowledge the regrettable nature of that incident. Our officials are engaging with their Polish counterparts to resolve the impasse so that the PPS team as well as the media can proceed with their journey as planned, as well as be able to cover at least the Russian leg of the peace talks, as well as of the trip. We're deeply disturbed by the experience they've gone through, and we are engaging our Polish counterparts to see to it that that situation is resolved.